welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video, and I'm so excited about this news because Liverpool may be forced to go early for Jude Bellingham, the magnificent English talent who I think growing up has been a boyhood Liverpool fan. He's of course from Birmingham, so he probably supported Birmingham as a kid, but also he many times said before that he has been the Steven Gerrard fanboy since very early, and he modeled his game after Steven Gerrard, my boyhood Liverpool hero. So I'm sure that in the Premier League he likes Liverpool the most. But the reason why Liverpool need to move early is because Manchester United have joined the race to sign Jude Bellingham. So what do you think about this? Do you think Liverpool need to act quickly and snap up Bellingham as soon as possible, just not to let Man United get him? Because I think he is the next big goal-scoring midfielder in England coming through. Apart from Phil Foden, I think Bellingham is the biggest English talent out of all the midfielders. So let me know, what do you think about this? Do you think Liverpool need to move early? The Borussia Dortmund star is on Manchester United's shortlist, but the problem is that Dortmund has the upper hand in this negotiation because Bellingham's contract runs until 2025. So Dortmund don't necessarily have to sell Bellingham in the January transfer window or even next summer. And also, what makes this deal very difficult is that Erling Haaland, it's very likely that he will leave Borussia Dortmund. It's not 100%, but it's close to 100% because his 75 or 70 million release clause is an absolute bargain. Erling Haaland is worth at least twice as much in these today's transfer market. But the fact is, Liverpool haven't signed a big player, or we haven't spent in terms of our net spend. It's not a huge outlay for the last 3 years. Liverpool have a virtually zero net spend, which means that we got transfer fees to cover our transfer expenses. So the players we sold are pretty much the same value as the players we bought. So Liverpool have money saved up, I'm pretty convinced. And Liverpool also need to freshen up the midfield and the forward line, because we have so many players who are over 30 years old or nearing 30 years old. Mane, Salah, Firmino, Thiago, Henderson, James Milner, they are all aging players. So Liverpool have a huge 18 months, 2 years looking forward to in the transfer window. So the fact that Erling Haaland could leave Dortmund makes this deal a little bit more difficult, because Erling Haaland and Bellingham are two of the best players at Dortmund, who actually lost to St. Pauli, a Bundesliga 2 side. Yes, they are leading the second Bundesliga, but Dortmund lost to them in the German Cup. So now both Bayern and Dortmund are out of the German Cup. So it will be either Leipzig or an underdog winning the German Cup this year. And I'm sure that Erling Haaland is very disappointed that Dortmund are not really challenging for the Bundesliga title. They are a little bit closer to Bayern, but I still think that Bayern will win the Bundesliga by a big margin, and Erling Haaland will want to move to a club where he can win trophies regularly. So would Dortmund be willing to let both Haaland and Bellingham leave in the same transfer window, or at least in the same year? I think there is virtually zero chance of Liverpool getting Bellingham in the January transfer window, but next summer there is a possibility if we can cough up enough money to sign Bellingham. And I don't want Bellingham to go to Man United, because honestly he's the midfielder that they are missing. And it would make a lot of sense for Liverpool to spend big on Bellingham, because he's just 18 years old. So he has massive resale value. Even if you sell him in 4 years or 5 years, he could generate maybe even a bigger transfer fee than what you buy him for. And there is also a potential that if Bellingham falls in love with Liverpool even more, he could stay at Liverpool for the next 10 years and become an absolute legend. Also, Harvey Elliott is back. Liverpool tweeted out a video yesterday on their Twitter account that Harvey Elliott is back, he's smiling, he's on the training pitch, and he's now joining full first team training. I still expect him to be at least a couple of weeks away, maybe 3 weeks, because he needs to do another mini pre-season with a specific training schedule tailored to his recovery. But it's so good that Harvey Elliott, who worked very hard since he got injured in August or September, so very early on in the season, he's now back in a contention to help Liverpool in the coming weeks and months, and I'm really excited to see what Harvey Elliott can do in the rest of the season. And Curtis Jones has revealed how frustrating it was that he had a long injury layoff because of a freak injury. In training, he had an eye injury. Somebody poked him in the eye, by accident of course, and he said, "It's very good now that I'm back. It was a bad one. I had a tear in the back of my eye, but it was mad because to me I felt fine. I felt I could run, I could train, I could play, but the doctors were saying no, so I had to go with that. I could only do a small bike sessions, stretching, foam rolling, stuff like that. I couldn't even get in the pool. I had to just be chilled, relaxed and just wait." Yeah, eye injuries are very nasty, and I'm sure the doctors had good reasons to keep Jones out of training, but now he's fully fit and we really need to step up in the second half of the season. We need another goal scoring midfielder, and I think Curtis Jones can score goals from midfield. He just needs to get his match sharpness up and get firing on all cylinders. And also the Liverpool Echo journalist Paul Gorst has said that Steven Gerrard's pull in the game could tick a box for FSG, the Liverpool owners, when they are selecting the potential replacement for Jurgen Klopp. He said, "I don't necessarily believe you have to have a legendary playing career to be able to attract top names, but it certainly speeds up that process and helps. Look at Jurgen Klopp, for example. He was a bit of an ordinary Bundesliga 2 player by all accounts, and even by his own admission, but his coaching ability and the proven track record developed over years meant players wanted to come and play for him. With Gerrard, he's at the opposite end of that sliding scale, I guess. He has been a legend. He will in the Premier League and at Liverpool and in England. He will immediately attract players because, well, he's Steven Gerrard. So I can see that being a big tick in the box as far as FSG are concerned when they look further down the line for a potential Jurgen Klopp successor. Digne and Coutinho are statement signings for Aston Villa's current standing. It will be fascinating to see how they get on. There is no doubting the ambition from all involved at Villa Park. And there is even talk of Aston Villa getting Luis Suarez, which is pretty crazy to me. It's pretty amazing that they are linked with Luis Suarez. And to be fair, if I was Suarez, I would come back to Aston Villa and join Coutinho and Steven Gerrard, and that would be absolutely fabulous, and that would make Aston Villa big contenders for a Europa League place, and for them to finish in 6th or 7th place would be fantastic for Aston Villa. I think they could push on with Steven Gerrard and Coutinho and Luis Suarez. They would score a lot of goals. I mean, Gerrard is a manager, obviously, but he's making Aston Villa play very attractive attacking football. And actually, Aston Villa will be probably a team that I will follow very closely in the Premier League. I already liked them before Steven Gerrard took over. They are a big club with a big history, and they won the Champions League, and every club who wins the Champions League in England is a big club in my opinion. And they have a big fan base, and they deserve to be pushing like Leicester City for a top 6 place almost every season. So let's hope that they can finish ahead of Man United or Arsenal or Tottenham. That would be absolutely fantastic. John Aldridge also called for Liverpool owners to strengthen the team. He said, "Imagine a more than likely scenario that sees Liverpool's owners continue along their path of keeping finances tight, not taking too many risks in the transfer market over the next couple of years. If that were to happen, whoever takes over from Klopp would inherit a squad on its last legs, and he would be faced with a massive rebuilding job. As was the case with Ferguson, the manager leading Liverpool has what it takes to produce miracles and cover up the lack of transfer spending from the owners, but the next Liverpool boss might not have that magic touch. So this is why I'm sending out a message that things need to start evolving in the Liverpool dressing room, and it needs to start happening right now. The warning signs are flashing brightly for Liverpool right now, and if they want to see what could happen 2 years down the road, look at how the Alex Ferguson era ended at Man United. It was back in 2013 that Ferguson signed off at Old Trafford with a final Premier League title win, yet what followed was a decline that is still ongoing to this day. And it was pretty evident that Sir Alex Ferguson chose the perfect time to leave Man United, because that squad was on its last legs as well, And look at Man United, they haven't won the Champions League or the Premier League ever since Ferguson left. Yes, they won the Europa League, they won the FA Cup, but for a club like Man United, that's never good enough. And who knows when will there be the next time Man United win the title, because they look a million miles away. I mean, they are in 7th place. There is no guarantee that Man United would even qualify for the Champions League. So I love the outfall that Ronaldo is, giving interviews saying that I don't want to fight for 6th or 7th place, and even the top 3 finishing in 3rd place would be a disappointment for a player like Ronaldo, but they won't be finishing in 3rd place. I think that's Chelsea's to lose. Chelsea drew to Brighton, so that's another draw for Chelsea. They're 8th this season in the Premier League. That's like 30% of their games have finished in a draw. So now Liverpool, if they win their games in hand, we could be 7 points clear of Chelsea. So the least that I want is Liverpool finishing 2nd, but let's push Manchester City all the way. And let's try and chase them, and let's see if they make any mistakes. Let's hope they do. And that wraps up today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. A brand new Liverpool Carry Mode episode is dropping with a big, incredibly exciting Cup final against Man City and also Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League. So stay tuned for that episode later today. Thanks for watching. See you later, guys.